Previously in the anime, we saw Keely had thoroughly brainwashed Tear into thinking that she's a dragon. You managed to convince her to accept her human identity. Everything was going well, but that's when Keely decided to take Tear back and launched a surprise attack on Midgard Academy. While protecting Tear, Lisa got gravely injured, and you have been the same. But Keely left because she had brought a cosmic-type dragon to do her job. One of the worst things about this class of dragons is that no magic or physical attack works on it. And there was this one incident where this type of dragon was defeated. It was when you used his powers for the first time. So you leaves Tear at a safe distance to go and save others. But Tear wanted to help put as well. She chose to be a human, so she wants to live like one and protect her loved ones as well. You can't argue with her, so they both diverted the dragon's attention to them. This gives a full opening for other girls to take their aim and push that dragon off of his feet. Now Tear took the stage from there on. She binds that thing with her thunder power, while Yu makes use of his Yggdrasil powers. Previously, he had defeated Leviathan, and then he was able to copy its anti-gravity power. So when he got it in the air, he got a direct shot at it. Others also supported to enhance the firepower, which finally put an end to the bloody nightmare. But the threat of Keely still exists because she alone was able to cause this much damage to one of the safest military locations in the world. Later, Lisa also woke up in the hospital out of danger. But Shinomiya reminded Mitsuki that a basilisk dragon is still on its way. But it will be for a while so they can enjoy some downtime. Tear always claimed to be Yu's wife, which sparked jealousy and rivalry. Irish also claimed to kiss Yu and did everything. But Mitsuki arrived to put an end to their catfight. Moving on, Mitsuki was skeptical about the powers Yu had taken from Leviathan. But you didn't tell her about it or anyone else, which makes her worried because Yu is hiding too many secrets, but the guy himself keeps losing his memory as a price to use Yggdrasil's powers. Anyways, in the past Mitsuki had to kill one of her best friend in the fight. It was when they discovered all the girls with D powers are actually the Maid of Dragon. And when they get closer, the girls also turn into a dragon. It was a cruel fate this girls had. But for now, they were having a good and peaceful lovers fight. You also unknowingly impressed Lisa. But then comes a worrying matter. That red basilisk is on its way to Midgard. Anything it attacks turns into salt, stone, or mist, which is why they decided to lure it away on a military island. A few were chosen for this mission to fight that basilisk, so they left first thing in the morning. Teacher Shinomiya added one more student to their team from a different class. Her name was Anoka, and she was the top scoring student. So in some downtime, some girls were having fun while the other two were suffering from seasickness. So you told them to rest up. But while on his way out, he heard the conversation between Mitsuki and Lisa. Lisa still cannot forgive Mitsuki for that day. And Mitsuki was here trying her best to patch things up. But Lisa just doesn't want to. So Yu was just thinking about it when Firo comes to take her book back. It was a perfect chance, so you asked her about the details of the incident from 2 years ago. She's been in the same grade as them, so Firo knew everything. That is why you wanted to know what will it take for Lisa to forgive Mitsuki. And honestly, Firo feels Lisa doesn't even hate Mitsuki to begin with. As for the details, she told you to ask from Mitsuki herself. It was a hard and painful thing to remember, so she braced herself. That girl's name was Miyako, and they met 3 years ago on a rainy day. She were bright, cheerful, and she was always friendly with everyone. On top of that, she was excellent in both academics and fighting. So Mitsuki felt a sense of rivalry as well. But then, the purple kraken appeared. And that's when Miyako's D mark started to shine. She was able to tell that the dragon was coming for her only. So she sacrificed herself to save Mitsuki and the others. But she didn't know she'd turn into a dragon herself and turn up against her own friends. Mitsuki was the most broken from this. So she killed that purple dragon in an instant. Now all that remained was Miyako. So Miyako's sister ordered Mitsuki to kill her. And with the last remaining human side, Miyako also asked Mitsuki to free her. That is why Mitsuki had to do that in order to save others and free her friend from that misery. You listened to it and told Mitsuki to ask Lisa directly about what she has to do for forgiveness. So Mitsuki did exactly that first thing in the morning. That is why Lisa came to talk to you about this. She didn't appreciate him meddling in her business, but Lisa decided to come up with some impossible conditions for Mitsuki. Then they arrived at that military island where the Major General was keeping a weapon called Mistiltine that could kill that basilisk. Tear was especially sad that because of her others had to risk their lives. Afterwards, Shinomiya said they have 3 days before the basilisk comes into their range of fight. So in that time, they can relax in the hot springs up in the mountains. Ladies got excited to head there. So you thanked Anoka for coming up with this idea. Her thoughtfulness has calmed others. But Firo summoned you to speak with him. She thanked him because Lisa and Mitsuki are now attempting to mend back their relationship, which is why she gave him a hot springs ticket with a bath reserved solely for him. You appreciated her gift, but as soon as he entered the bath, other girls joined him, which surprised, so he hid behind stones because a Firo had stated the whole place would be saved for him. However, others are here. If they catch him, he's done. But right at the exit, girls are bathing, so how can he escape now? Firo knew you was here, so she came to talk. She said this was her plan to gift you a wonderful time where he can peek at others. You was nervous about this, so Firo was ready to do anything he wants. But you got scared suddenly, and his voice gets out. So Firo thought he doesn't like her, and you had to convince her that it wasn't the case. He was just caught off guard because a cutie like her was approaching him. But then the news came that Basilisk is here. His eyes can shoot out lasers that turns water into stone. So Major General Dillon contacted Shinomiya to ask her to stay on standby to let them handle Basilisk. They did research and found that the laser attack from Basilisk doesn't turn the substance. It blows away time to at least tens of thousands of years, which means one attack and the kids will be piles of bones. That is why Dillon's people came up with attacking a metal called Mistiltine that is resistant to aging. They created a large model to drop it right into that basilisk from the sky. With that, everything was set, and the basilisk came into their attack range. It can fire its laser up to 5,000 meters. So Dillon will drop their metal piece from 800 meters. They have observed that basilisk never evade attacks. When it senses danger, it pauses in its way to counterattack. So they can expect a sure hit with that. And that's why they dropped the Mistiltine on time. But the basilisk saw this coming and utilized a large third eye on its back that was thousands of times more powerful than a typical laser, fully destroying their plan. And Tyr's condition worsened as the basilisk made contact with Tyr. And that is where our video ends, so stay tuned to watch the last part of this recap, and subscribe the channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Till then, take care.